Dragon Ball Super Card Game Masters Anniversary Box 2025 tier list. That's what we're doing today. What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout. And yeah, it's been a while, I guess. I honestly can't remember, man. I lost track of time. So, but yeah, shit kinda went off the rails. So, we're gonna start with Anniversary Box, and then we will slowly reel back in, right? We will slowly start catching up with everything. So today we have Anniversary Box 2025 tier list. This is not the meta tier list. This is just things the way that they are. So, but before we begin, huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely patrons. These are our $2 and up patrons, the best coffee to keep this crazy content grind going. And guys, thanks out for your support. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to a patron is in the description below. And I think that's about everything. Roll the video. Okay, everyone, so tier list. First off, tier 0 is the one that you can't see. I mean, like, it's just the layout, right? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nothing's gonna be tier 0 OP should be banned. I've done testing. It took a while. I actually had a couple of these tier lists filmed before, but I wanted to get some more experience with these decks and checking out people play them and stuff like that. So this is the Anniversary Box tier list. There will be a ban list before BT28 comes out, but this is any box tier list given the current state of the game. So like there are no there is no ban list in mind for this one, right? We're just looking at things as they are. Though Anniversary Box won't be out for like a bit less than a month. Let's go over it. Tier 0 OP should be banned. That one doesn't exist. Tier 1 meta defining. Tier 2 competitive. Tier 3 rogue. Then we have tier 4 locals. Nothing bad with locals. It's still, you know, some of the best decks in the game, in my opinion, are locals. Tier 5 trash, that's pretty self-explanatory, and tier 6 is the Towa token tier. Believe it or not, nothing goes into Towa token tier. Yeah, it is pretty rare that this happens, but it does happen. Okay, so we will be starting out the tier list with Baby. Yellow Baby. Granted, I don't know this deck the best. I've tried a couple of versions of it. The support for the deck is fine. I think the support is fine, if not a bit underwhelming here and there, but I'm not the best with it. There is a lot of aggro potential with this one. There are some combos where you can play the red Goten and then get rid of it and then play something else that's big and start, you know, Trunks into Goten's KO, then to bring something else. A lot of attacks. The problem is that the leader doesn't draw. I don't care how aggro you can be if you can't keep drawing. Now you might say offering is a way to draw. Yes, it is. The offering absolutely is a way to draw. However, when you're not spending resources playing cards, you're not really doing much. The auto once per turn to give triple to your leader, who is just 10k and will get ruffle stomped by a lot of things. I mean, it's cool. I can see it's an old leader. So the problem is that it's probably not going to do too much. When it comes to baby aggro decks, the other red one, the other yellow one, the starter one is much better. I think that starter baby is the yellow one is so much better than this one. If you want to play an aggro deck, go on, try a yellow baby. It's really good. This one, not. However, I don't think that this one is good at all. It's cool that it got support. I would slap him into locals, which means that this is probably gonna be the best one. But hey, I'm me, you know, so I have to fuck it up a bit. Then we have Assassin Hit Returns. Now, I've heard Cody, shout out to him, preach about this card infinitely. Like this guy, they support is amazing. The leader is great. I've tried a deck list for it. It's not the playstyle that I'm comfortable with, but still, there is a lot of aggression. There is a lot of KOs. The Z Battle Champa is fucking insane. The Z Battle Champa is amazing. Like that card, oh my god. I think it is going to catch a lot of people off guard. I think it is definitely a deck which can top. This deck is really, really good. Would I say that it's meta defining? It's not. Like, it's not even remotely close to meta defining. Competitive or rogue? Well, it falls into that category of decks where, and we've been seeing this a bit less than usual, where a deck has potential to top, but players just don't play it. We have been seeing a bit of a push towards this with the latest American BT27 regionals, where I think we saw almost every deck, right? I'm trying to, no, not almost every, but we saw like 5 decks out of 10 from BT27 top. So yeah, we are seeing players trying out new strategies, which makes me think that it will top here and there. The deck is amazing, puts out a lot of pressure, really strong. The leader removal is great. Or you can just use the new anniversary box card and then just give double or crit to something of yours, which is amazing. The skillless cards that you are playing are really big. So the deck is kind of like Kitku. It is kind of Kitku, which is really cool. Like a kind of balanced Kitku. Please go and subscribe because I deserve it, because I just said that Kitku is kind of cool. But yeah, let's go. I'm sorry, guys. A lot of shit has been going on, so I'm not the best. So let's go and put Slap Hit into Rogue. It is probably gonna top. It's probably gonna top. But will it like actually compete with the rest? I'm not super sold on it, but I think that he can top. Definitely. I might move him. Then we have Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta is fucking amazing. Majin Vegeta is so good. So there are a couple of ways to run it. There are actually 2. You either run the Boo engine, well, they're free. You either lean into the Boo engine fully, you use a mix, which is Vegeta's Boo, and then you still use the SR as your like Boo finisher, or you just go dedicated Vegeta route. Dedicated Vegeta route is the best one. From all of my testing, dedicated Vegeta route is by far the best one, where you are just playing Majin Vegetas, which have Servant, Double Strike, or all sorts of shit. Shout out to Pancake, who asked me for a list, and then said like, yeah, this is fucking insane. Like, this is a deck that kills you on turn 2. This deck is really insane. Yeah, but it kind of folds to floodgates, of course. There is a lot of aggro that you can do. There are things that you need to keep in mind. Your activate main that plays the SR is not limit 1. It is not once per turn. You can do absurd shit with this. You can use the new Vegeta's activate main to play the SR, then use your leader to overlord it, and then pay 1 to replay the free cost, and then if you have another SR activate main, wipe the field again and bring the SR out again. So yeah, Vegeta has a couple of really good plays here. I think, I'm just gonna put hit up because Cody's gonna bitch at me. I think Vegeta is up here. I think Vegeta is definitely competitive. When it comes to meta defining, yeah, that's a bit weird, but still, definitely a competitive deck. Now, the Big Daddy, Gogeta Zeno. Oh my god. This deck got everything. This deck got everything. It awakens on 7 or 8 lives, depending on how you actually go into your awakening turn. How much do you combo when you're charging your Z energy? Do you take the initial hit or not? The deck, well, and whether you're on turn 1 or so. The deck does awaken very, very fast at very high lives. The boss monster is insane. Like, oh my god, the boss monster is insane for this deck. It doesn't have any protection, but it is a gigantic triple striker very early on for very little. You know, Nino, shout out to Nino, who also pointed out that you can use the Frieza in the combo to give him crit very early on. So then you have like, what, 35k triple crit on turn 2. Yeah, you do tap out to do that. I think you have to. I'm not sure how the awakening part goes. But yeah, you have that dude, or you're dealing with 2 of them. Yeah, it is insane. It is absolutely, this deck is batshit insane. This is gonna be probably the next best black deck. This one is actually meta defining. It is really fucking good. Next, we have the one that everyone forgot about, because who cares, for future Gohan. Yeah, future Gohan. This deck is so fun. This deck is so fun. Alexander released a video today, and that depends on me releasing this tier list today, about the Gohan deck. Super detailed. Go check it out. Go check out his list. Shout out to Lord Slug as well, from our Discord, who did a lot with this deck and created a really, really cool list for it. Yeah, Gohan is, oh my god, guys. Oh my god. His biggest weakness is green. His biggest weakness is green, because green doesn't give a shit about your barrier blockers. Green is just gonna play fuck all, play solidarity, play ground shakings, blow up your field and bully you, basically. Black has SS Cumber, but other than that, you know, I don't think that that's as big of an issue as green is for this deck. But let's focus on the positives. This deck is dope. This deck is so good. It feels very smooth to play. Turn 1 Future City is an insane card. Like that is really, really good, because you bring out the Z battle, you trigger your field to KO your Z battle tutors. First of all, your Z battle plays your Trunks, and then you KO the Z battle to awaken, to go to 6 to draw 2 cards. You're entering turn 2 with like 14 cards in hand. Yeah, because you draw 2 on awaken, 2 lives, that is 6. With the initial one that you just spend 2 from hand. Then he plays the Trunks. The Trunks, well, not necessarily 14. I think I might have overdone it a bit. But you still have a very fat hand when you start, because awakening turn nets you 6. So yeah, this deck is really good. The boss monster is cool. We're gonna make a video at some point. The boss monster is cool. The 1-drops are really good. The new Trunks is actually cool. The only shame is that all evolves come in rest mode. That's really a shame. Other than that, the Vegeta is fine. I think this deck is really good. However, it kind of feels like one of those, you know, you're like, okay, I need to high roll with this one. I need to high roll with this one. So that's the only part where I'm like, will it actually, you know, I'm going to put him into Rogue. I'm gonna put him into Rogue. I think the deck is amazing. I think the deck is absolutely amazing. I don't feel like it's gonna do too much in the metagame though. But if you take it, you can probably top an event with it. Probably. That really depends on the state of the meta at that point. You will bully red. You will do horrible fucking shit to red decks. But when you run into green, or you just kind of don't high roll very early on, so I'm going to slap Gohan into Rogue. Well, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna put him into competitive because we're not looking at the general picture of everything. We're looking at things as they are now, in isolation. So, in that, I think this dude is definitely competitive. Then we have the big boy, Sin Zeno. Okay, guys, so Sin Zeno, aggro male version mid range now exists as well, though that one is kind of shit. So where do we put this one? Sin got the best support by far. Sin got the best support. You need, it's one of those decks. You need to know how to play Sin Zeno. Like that, on surface, it is easy. It's one of those where you're like, well, just play extra cards. Like, there is a lot to take into consideration when you're playing Sin Zeno. You need to know what you're doing. Keeping in mind that you can benefit, for example, from aggression early on if you're playing an aggro deck because your new free costs limit activate main that plays the SR is not limited to 1. So you warp, you go into the, you use the extra, you play the free cost, you pay 1, you go into DSR, then you pay 1 for the other free cost, you draw 2, you pitch 1, but you basically draw. If you have another SR, you go into it for free, you keep clearing the board, and this is just for aggro version. For mill, I think I still prefer aggro over mill for this one, but I think that mill is also good. It didn't get so much defense as much as it got more draw power, and that is always good for mill. But the aggro does not depend as much on the unison as mill does. But still, I think all of these are relatively fucking good. I think everything Sin got is very good, and it's probably gonna be the best mill deck in the game. It's probably gonna be the best mill deck in the game. Then we have U7. Okay, so I'm really not happy with the amount of competitive cards here, man. Let me just check. Well, there's still gonna be things in other slots, right? U7. It is good. It is very good. It got some very, very good support. The Krillin is amazing. The Gohan is great as well. So U7 got very, very cool toys. There is one problem though. SSB Vegeta. So it's that world where, you know what, the hit is really bothering me. I'm gonna throw him here. So it is that world where, how to even put this? Yeah, because SSB Vegeta exists, Goku can get all the support ever, and he's still not gonna be the meta deck. He's still not gonna be the meta deck because Vegeta is just so much better. So no matter what you get, and this deck got a lot. This deck got an insane amount of shit. Vegeta just kinda does everything better. So Vegeta needs to get hit for Goku to actually shine. You see how crazy it is? It is Goku who's on the back foot now. So what are we gonna do with Goku? I'm still gonna slap him here. I'm gonna slap him into competitive based on my assumption that if Vegeta gets hit, Goku automatically becomes the next best red deck. Goku automatically becomes the next best one. Yeah, you can still argue Pan, Cooler, all of those, but I think a lot of people will hop on Goku again because Goku is insane. Then we have Trunks Jeta. Okay, Trunks Jeta. This one just got 2 cards. He's technically here, right? Because the Unison and the Freako Trunks work in this deck. So they do help it out a bit. Is it better? It's still worse than any other yellow deck. it's worse than Future Gohan, for sure. But it's better than Baby. So I'm going to be slapping him into Rogue. I'm gonna slap him into Rogue. This is better than Baby. But still, it's kind of, yeah. He's a tad bit better, but I don't feel like he will actually be topping anything. Instead, I'm gonna be a bit mean. I'm gonna slap him here. Because I don't think that too much got fixed for this one. It's one of those where you're like, who is ever gonna play this? Who is ever going to play this deck? Next we have Cooler. Cooler is amazing now. Cooler has a bunch of charismatic villains. The Z leader is great. The Frieza is very cool. Haha. But it is missing barrier. It's very cool, but it is missing barrier. And now you're like, oh, if only it had barrier. Cooler is going to catch people who don't know how to play against him off guard. Cooler is definitely gonna catch a lot of people off guard. It's one of those decks that you need to know what it does. You can't play blind into Cooler if you don't know what's it actually running and what its unisons do. Because otherwise you're just gonna get wiped by charismatic villains. There is only one person on the planet that I believe is going to be topping like mad. Well, he's not, because we don't have online events anymore. But there is only one person on the planet I trust with this deck, and that is my co-host Joe Ravel, the best Cooler player in the world. I think the only one who actually topped, but I might be wrong. So yeah, Cooler, great, very good, very high potential. We'll never see actual play, so I'm gonna slap him into Rogue. Same as Hit. Same thing goes, can top, will top if Joe is playing at an event or someone else. I think Ellen also plays this one. Yeah, I think he does, but he's also a good player. So there is a chance that Cooler tops here and there. But it's one of those that most people are silent on, because despite being really amazing, he just kind of doesn't do what Green wants to. Well, not that, because Vegeta is that. Vegeta doesn't do what Green wants to do. Vegeta doesn't rely on long game removal and shit like that. Cooler is just in a weird position where you will struggle saying no to Cell and to Namek Goku and to Majin Vegeta and to Green Gohan potentially, and then saying like, I'm gonna play Cooler. So he's gonna be in Rogue. Androids, oh my god, how big this card is. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, okay. Let's correct them. Let us correct the droids. Okay. So what do we do with androids? Oh my god. Oh, now you're seeing the screen behind. Oh no. Okay, cool. Androids. Wow, Damien, really fucking professional. Congratulations. Okay, I got it this time. Sure. This is one of my favorite decks. This is by far one of my favorite decks. The support that it got is good. The support that androids got is really good. The Fat Mime is really cool. The Fat Mime allows you to go into a very, very good turn 3 and onwards. Pretty dope. The free cost is amazing. The free cost makes your SR level powerful of a card. The Unison is kind of whatever, but it does help you keep fueling your Z extra. You will draw like mad. In this deck. The problem, as always, is defense. Androids are really, really strong, but their defense is really shit. Like, not the best. And your kill turn is turn 4. For an aggro deck, kill turn on turn 4, that is kind of stretching it. It is kind of stretching it. But you do get unison marker removal, you do get a lot of keyword hitters. You can just go with dual crit barrier on turn 3, which also helps you push a lot considering that dude is like 25k. So there are things that you can do with droids. Are there going to be a competitive or a meta deck? I don't think so. I don't think the droids will be meta. I think they can top though. I think droids can top. Okay. Next up, I still feel like they will be more like Kit and Cooler. It's gonna be more like that, honestly. Let me just rearrange this a bit. I think this goes here, and these dudes probably go here. Yeah, I think this is much better. Okay, cool. Next, what we have is, well, trash. This Gohan is awful. This Gohan is absolutely awful. Awful leader. The one cost, the new one drop you get would be amazing if it worked from hand. It doesn't work from hand, so the discount is negligible. Because the discount is for one energy into the ape, which should set you up for a free evolve, which is cool, but you're already paying one energy to play the Gohan to use the activate main, because skills are negated normally, right? So I don't think that this one will see any play at all. I do like the new monkeys though. I do like the new monkeys. So I don't want to be too cruel to it. I think it goes into locals. I think this dude goes into locals. Then we have the big dude. Yeah, there we go. Serge Goku, the 15th big dude already. Okay. Serge Goku is great. This is a really, really cool leader. Serge Goku is really, really cool. Definitely a meta contender. I would say that this is definitely a meta contender. You will be seeing this one a lot. It has a counter. Now it has more ways to put cards under the leader. That's something that Bandai needs to produce more of. This the cards like Widell, they just take a card under the leader. You also have a way to give him, what is it, dual crit? A lot of people are off on the Unison. I do like the Unison. I like the Gohan Unison because it can get you a big buff. So you're finishing the game with your leader, basically. So you could use a card like the Unison to just become bigger. You have Almighty Resistance, so you're just flying through any attack. Serge Goku is definitely among the best ones here. Definitely top tier. Will it actually be meta defining? You get explosive dance, you get flying nimbus, you get all of the protection that you need. Your draw is limited though because you are a Surge leader after all, but your awakening is pretty cool. Is what it got enough to push him into meta? I'm having a hard time believing it. I think he's going to go into competitive as well. I think the only meta one is gonna be Gogeta. Yeah, spoilers. Kefla is bad. That's basically it. Not much to say. Kefla needed the support that Goku got. Something to tuck cards under the leader. A way to actually draw. I mean, yeah, it has a way to draw, right? You get rid of one card under her and you draw one, but it needed something to tuck cards under just so that you can keep drawing. I don't believe that anything in the engine is too good from the new anniversary box. I don't think anything is too good. It's not complete as it used to be in the trash. I would switch it now to locals. I don't think this deck will top a single time. So I'm gonna just slap her into locals. Then we have, You know what? I'm going to just rearrange them because the next two ones are gonna be big. So we're gonna talk Bardock. We're gonna talk Bardock next. I'm pretty sure no one knows what this leader does. Pretty sure. So I have been asking around, like, hey guys, how do I do this? And I was invited to become a part of the Bardock's crew, and enlightened by Momen. I really hope that I am pronouncing that right. It's probably one of the best Blue Bardock players in the world. I'm just saying probably because I don't know Blue Bardock players. But the man opened my eyes with his huge voice messages and then being just like, yeah, this is how you do it, man. Really, really got me. Yeah, Moment really got me onto the deck. The deck is very cool. The deck is very cool, but it is, I agree, an absolute headache to play. The support is amazing. The support is really good. I should make a how to play at some point. Basic idea. Your drop is your hand. Your energy is quote unquote your hand. You're cycling things to the drop to energy to hand, blah blah. You're doing things like that. You're trying to get a lot of these cool effects and evolutions and everything going. Your boss monster is amazing. Your boss monster is really, really good. The new Tora that discounts the armband is great because armband is an insane card. I think Bardock is actually okay now. I think Bardock is an actually okay deck. That being said, despite all of the cool shit that the deck can do, he's exceptionally hard to pilot. I think he's at least on Super 17 Green 1 levels of difficulty to pilot, if not harder than Super 17. Probably other than Moment, no one is going to be playing this deck. Probably no one is going to be playing this deck, so it's not going to be topping any events. But I would still encourage you to try it, because the support that it got is real strong. That being said, I will put him into locals. And disclaimer, this is mostly due to difficulty. I don't think that this deck will top anything, and I don't think a lot of players will play it due to the sheer difficulty of the deck. The deck is not in the best position in the metagame. However, it is really, really good. It is really, really good for what it does. But it's not exceptionally, something that I would call rogue. When I put decks in rogue, I'm like, yeah, this can probably top. This will top at some point. So yeah, but the deck is amazing. I'm an absolute fan. I'm complete shit with it. I did not have a single Bardock card. I was cutting papers for a day to get the deck to proxy out and test it. So yeah, the deck is insane. But I would put him in locals just through him just not pulling results, probably. Let's quickly talk about the last two. Goku Black. Goku Black is fine. The support doesn't change anything for the deck. The counter is cool. Saves your Zamasu. Helps you against red. That's cool, but you already have Zamasu counter. So the actual counter card, the Jar one, it's okay. In context where you're playing versus red, they played SS4 Goku KO'd your Zamasu, then it is okay, right? Then you're actually using it. The Goku Black card is just decent. I don't think anything changes for this deck. I don't think that it becomes any more viable, and it just ends up in the locals tier. And then finally, Future Trunks. I think Future Trunks is actually a good deck. The archetype got cool support. It is eating up a lot of space. It is eating up a lot of space in the deck. The ramp version is... how do we put this? It's not bad. It is way too expensive. I think your ramp cards are way too expensive. Beerus can afford these. Like Beerus can afford to pay like 4 for some cool effect because Beerus ramps much more than Trunks does. For Trunks, look, I think what the deck actually needed, if Bandai wanted to go with the fusion, archetype route, it needed a way to make Union cheaper. Just for 1 energy cheaper. And that's it. Because paying like 4 for the big dude, paying 3 for the other ones, or is it even 4 still? It's a lot. It's a huge commitment. It's really a huge commitment, even with all of the ramp. But the cards are strong. The cards are definitely strong. And I am a believer in Trunks. I am a believer in Trunks. And that being said, I'm going to put him into Rogue. I think Trunks will be topping an event somewhere in the world. Trunks is gonna top something. So yeah, I think that is it, guys. And this video is gonna be going out soon. Well, by the time that you see it, you won't even know when I was filming it. Anyways, so that's it for the tier list. I think only Gogeta is gonna be meta defining here. Right, competitive is cool, Rogue is cool, and locals that get a bunch of decks. But most of them are like tier 3 or above, which is pretty decent. Eventually we will have the big tier list with everything. So far, that's it. And thanks for checking out the video. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts on the Anni box tier list? Have I missed something? Do you think that some decks which are in locals should be higher? Maybe some decks should be lower? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And while you're here, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Help us get to 6k subs when I'm gonna give away a booster box. This has been Damien from the Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.